Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Rants Red Talk, where we discuss all the topics you send through to me on Twitter. And yo, it's been a minute, you know. Someone messaged me earlier and was like, "Right, I feel like you ain't done a Rants Red Talk in time." And to be fair, it wasn't intentional because I've been streaming every single day, twice a day. It kind of just slipped my mind. You know, the ones there, like so. Yeah, we're back, bruv, and obviously we ain't going nowhere, guys. First question is from. It says Robin Van Egalo or something. I don't know, bruv. That's a mad Twitter account, but big up yourself anyway. It says, why can't United for once do a ZX situation and get Sancho before the transfer window actually opens? Like, I could see this dragging out till July or August with Woodward negotiating, not gonna lie. Not just that as well. What's the American brother that they bought as well? They got that done in the middle of the season, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, Chelsea stayed doing that. They're announcing signings in the middle of the season because they've got someone efficient doing them, innit? Woodward is not he's not efficient. He gets the job done more often than not, but he's not efficient in it because that's not his forte. So it's annoying, bro. And yeah, this Sancho thing's gonna drag out. They're saying that there's an agreement in place between Sancho and his agents and that, but there's no agreement in place with Dortmund. And the thing is with Woodward, any penny he can save for the Glazers, he's gonna save that, innit? So with that in mind, it's kind of like it always takes long because even if it's, as I said, even if it's a penny, man's gonna try to save that. So it's just annoying, man. Like, United have never been, since the days of David Gill onwards, bro. Like, David Gill was the last one. I remember with Nani and Anderson, I woke up one morning and we just signed them both. Do you know what I mean? Them days are well and truly in the past now. United just do sagas, bro. Like, we're Saga FC, blood. Like, it's like Dragon Ball Z, fam. Like, it just gets drawn out when man should just literally dash the money on the table, say, Dortmund, you want 100 million euros? Take the money, boom. That's it. But no, Ed's going to do the performance incentives, the installments, these other things, bro. Like, we know what it is, innit? We know what it is, guys. So, unfortunately, yes, I agree with you, bro. This is going to be dragged out. It's going to be jarring, but I don't care as long as we get our man, innit? So, let me know what you think in the comments about that one. The next one, Gunwood FC. Gunwood FC, my brother. It says, Saudis take over in Newcastle. You won't be coming to Old Trafford in the sandals with the camel, as you said once. Will this come and bite us though? Yeah, absolutely it will come and bite us because now that's another team that we need to worry about, guys. Newcastle are another team we need to worry about. And Mark made the joke. I was like, oh yeah, they ain't got history. Everyone's talking about these like being a sleeping giant. These men have the top 7, top 8 biggest stadium in the country. Let that sink in, bro. Like, outside, they got a bigger stadium than Chelsea. Do you know what I'm saying? And before Arsenal got their new stadium, I think they had a bigger stadium than them as well, bruv. These men are not jokers, you know. If people think that Newcastle's a joke, they got another thing coming. And not only that, they've got a strong, loyal fan base that will buy every bloody shirt, that will sing till the last whistle. And St. James's could become a fortress, bro. Like, it could become a fortress if they get the right manager in, which you have to think that they will. If they get Pochettino in, it's very, very peak, fam. I can't even lie, but no matter who they get in, even if they can say get an Allegri or these men, like, you think that, yeah, certain teams, because Newcastle, they can't get these men, but bruv, Rafa Benitez, do you know what I mean? Like, Rafa Benitez. And then when you look at, what's his name as well, Allegri at West Ham, don't think, yeah, that you can't get top managers, not Allegri, sorry, Pellegrini at West Ham, Premier League winning manager at West Ham. You can get top managers at these clubs if you pay them the right money. Don't make no mistake about it. So, with that in mind, if they get the right manager in, they are going to back them because them Saudis have got bread like, bruv, like nothing, fam. They got Hovis bread, fam. It just keeps coming. You know what I mean? Them man dwarf the Manchester City owners' wealth. So if they go Newcastle and they want to make it rain, it's raining, fam, and there's nothing no one can do about it. And if they get the right manager in and they bring in the right amount of players, it's a mazza. It's a mazza. Instant. So that's going to be another team getting between us and top 4. Do you know what I mean? I'm not even going to talk about the Premier League title because we're not nowhere near competing for the title. But realistically, we need to be thinking about finishing in the top 3, top 4. And if Newcastle get bread, that's another team that we kind of have to look over our shoulder at, thinking, right, if we don't function correctly and efficiently in the transfer market, them man could be on our backs. It's a serious thing, bruv, because look how quickly Manchester City turned from the laughing stock to the comfortable champions every year, bro. If you do it right, they could do it in 2-3 seasons. So, mate, this could definitely come back and bite us in the arse, because if we're going to carry on doing this sign 1 or 2 players a window thing going forward, we're not progressing at a quick enough rate. Let me know what you think in the comments section, guys, sensibly. Do you know what I mean? Because it's all right to get complacent and think, oh, Newcastle ain't nothing. But Newcastle are way bigger than Man City were. And look at Man City now. All right. Look at that, bro. Next question. With Newcastle getting the Saudi takeover, how well do you think they will do in the coming seasons in the league? Do you think they could get into the top 4? And what does that mean for United? How long will it take for them to challenge again and start being taken seriously? See, that leads on perfectly, bro. I honestly think if Newcastle get it right, it won't take long, bro. How I would approach it is how Manchester City approached it. Like, you go and you buy the best of the rest in the Premier League at the moment. You don't really need to go and buy loads of foreign players. I remember when Man City first started, they went and copped, like, they ended up buying like Rodwell that didn't work out, but they copped Wilfred Boney, they copped Clichy, Sanya. They went to Arsenal, copped players like that, Adebayor, Nasri. Do you know what I mean? They just went and they got like the best players that were available from all the teams that were kind of not champions, but just around there. I'd go to Wolves, I'd raid Wolves. You know what I mean? I'd go to Everton, raid them as well. Do you know what I mean? You could go Bournemouth, grab a couple, man. Do you know what I mean? Just go to these kind of clubs and teeth their players. Go Southampton, teeth a couple of days. Go Watford, teeth a man from there. And then, do you know what I mean? You've got a decent squad of Premier League proven, Premier League seasoned players to get you up to that top 4. Then you can start buying foreign players, where with foreign players, it's always a hit and miss. Unless you're buying top quality. When you're not buying top quality, it could go either way. Like, I mean, City went and bought Navas. Do you know what I mean? Nolito and them, man. And it didn't quite work out. Do you see what I'm saying? So, with the foreign man, it's not 30 unless you're buying a De Bruyne. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I would attack it that way. I would buy either foreign players that have already acclimatized to the Premier League and I know they can do it, or I'll buy British. Do you know what I mean? I'd go and try and grab the likes of Grealish. Try grab the likes of Declan Rice. Them kind of ballers. I'll grab Chilwell. Do you know what I mean? Ballers like that, and I'd build a team like ready for the war, fam. That's how I would do it. In terms of United challenging for the league, bruv, the way we're spending, bruv, you got to realise there's a 20+ point gap to close on Liverpool and Man City. And unless they're going to stop spending, we need to spend more and invest more smartly. Or, I still reckon we're not competing for this league in the next at least 3 seasons, bruv. Not the way, and not with this manager either. I think that we would need a new manager and probably another, I'd say we need another 2 windows. You know what I'm saying? Another 2 windows before I could say, yo, we're serious title contenders. And that's only because of consistency. I think we have the players to challenge for the title now. Not win it, but challenge, put up a good, respectable fight. But we don't have the tactics and the manager for that. Let me know what you think in the comment section about all the above. Next one, Stretford Post. What defines a United legend? Are too many other ex-players considered as legends unjustly just because they played a lot of games? Yeah. Way too many, bro. You know what it is with United fans? What I'm starting to realise is they're just sentiment FC, innit, bro? That's why they love Oli. That's why they love all these other things, bro, attached to Oli and that, because it's all sentiment, innit, bro? Me, I don't care about sentiment. I care about results and I care about proven facts, innit? Do you know what I mean? And when I look at like people like Darren Fletcher, Nostalgia got man gassing Darren Fletcher into conversations he don't deserve to be in. He's not a club legend, bro. He's not a club great either. He's a cult hero, yeah. For the fact that people just like him. He's just a cult hero, innit? He's not a legend, bro. Like, he was a basic player playing in a very good squad that was brought in to do a job when we needed him to do a job. But he was never a Manchester United starting 11 player. Never cemented a role in the starting 11 week in, week out, because he was the guy that just did a job. But a man are now talking about Fletcher like he was a wavy baller. He wasn't. Same with Jason Park as well. He came in to do a job. Manchester United signed him as a winger. He weren't good enough to displace any of our wingers, and then Fergie invented him into like an engine room attacking midfielder to bring on just to press the DM of the other team as a tactical ploy, because he had a high work rate, bro. But Park weren't a legend. He's not a legend. He weren't a great player. He was just good, bruv, in a great team. You know what I mean? And people see good players, yeah, in great teams and start gassing them up like what they're doing with Jordan Henderson now. They're gassing him up, bruv. He's just a basic baller in a very good team. So man are now overstating how good he is. You know what I mean? So there's no way that them man are club legends, bro. But man will say, yeah, but he played 300 games. So what, blood? Don't matter how many games you played with, yeah. Played. For me, what makes you a legend, yeah, is how good you are, because that matters, and also how big your contribution was to winning things. If you was a substitute, your contribution, even if you scored from the bench, your contribution ain't that big compared to other man. Because it's like man will turn around and say, yeah, that Ollie's a club legend, yeah, because he scored the winning goal in the Champions League final, but they won't say Cole and York are legends or Sheringham. But them man contributed more that season, yeah, overall, in terms of goals scored and minutes played. But Ollie's the legend and they're not. Do you see what I mean? So it's kind of like, bruv, people pick and choose who's legends based on who they like, innit? Like, that's what I see going on a lot amongst the fan base. And it's not about who you like, bro. Because Ollie was the 4th choice striker for his whole tenure, bruv, at Manchester United. So if he's a club legend, then so are Cole and York. So is Teddy Sheringham as well, blood. And for me, you could argue that all of them are, or none of them are. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think we need to decide what legends are. Like, what is a legend? Because then man could turn around and say, well, you know what? Champions League winning season, whatever. West Brown's a legend. Man could say that. You know? Because in 08 when West Brown was playing right back, so what, man's a legend? Because we won the Champions League. So I don't get it, bro. I don't get what people use as the measuring stick. What defines a legend, bro? Like, let me know in the comment section what defines a legend to you. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, let me know, because that would be more interesting. But definitely there's people in there, like, there's no way Darren Fletcher's a legend, bro. Because if he's a legend, then so is John O'Shea. You know what I mean? So is Wes Brown. And all these other fringe ballers as well, blood. Because that's what he was. He was a fringe baller. So, I don't know. Like, we could then turn around and say, you know what? Every player that's won, like, major trophies for our club is a legend. And then we got bare legends in the conversation, but bare mediocre ballers as well. Like, I don't know about all that. So, let me know, guys. Who was the best football players? Keane or Carrick? Who was the better player, I think it is. And the question above was from the Stretford Post. This one is from me_SO10. And I think that he must have heard the discussion that we were having, me and Mark and Flex, on the charity stream that we did. And I said that Michael Carrick was better than Roy Keane, yeah? And I said that arguably Michael Carrick was a better deep-lying playmaker than Paul Scholes as well. And it raised a lot of eyebrows. And the reason why I said that, firstly, it does depend on how you prefer to see football played. The example would be, yeah, also you have to understand the differentiation between the positions. Roy Keane was a combative midfielder. He was physical. Yeah, I mean, he broke up the play and he played simple passes. Michael Carrick was a deep-lying playmaker, bruv. Just like Pirlo was a deep-lying playmaker, Gattuso was a combative midfielder. Loads of people say, oh yeah, Gattuso, he's a DM and that. No, he's a combative midfielder. There's a difference. You can be a defensive midfielder and not be combative and just step in and break up play, like Michael Carrick was, like Pirlo was. People associate defensive with, oh yeah, he kicks people. No, that's not it, bro. That's a different position. You know what I mean? And only people that truly understand football will realise that. So in a time where they praise the likes of the Keanes, the Gattusos, because they used to kick people, yeah, there were players like Pirlo, like Michael Carrick, that never got the credit they deserved, yeah, because them man didn't really go to ground and stick it on people, but they anticipated the game, read the game, stepped in and won the ball without having to make tackles a lot of the time. If you're a defender that doesn't have to make tackles, it shows your quality. Tackling is an art in itself, yeah, and timing a tackle and stuff like that. However, putting a fire out before it started is always better than putting the fire out. Do you know what I mean? It is. And that's just what it is. If you can anticipate a fire is going to happen and turn the gas off, or I got to the fire extinguisher and put the fire out, bruv, I know what I would rather. Do you know what I'm saying? So it really depends on what you like. Some people like to see the action because, like, it turns them on, innit? Everyone likes different things. But I prefer a defender like Rio Ferdinand, like Nesta, that will just step in and take the ball off, man, even before you even know what's happening. Like, you don't see these defenders making slide tackles. You don't see them making last-ditch tackles even. Because a lot of the time they say, as a defender, if you're making a last-ditch challenge, it's because you've been out of position or you've made a mistake. Do you know what I'm saying? So a lot of the time you don't see the very, very best defenders making last-ditch challenges. Do you know what I'm saying? And that, people say, yeah, but what about Wan-Bissaka? That's different. He's a winger, innit? So out wide, a lot of the times when people get the ball in space, he has to come across and cover. But as a centre-half, when you've got a man backing onto you sometimes, if you're smart enough, you can anticipate the ball coming in, just nudge him, step in front and take it. As a fullback, you can't do that. It's different types of defending. As a central midfielder, you can anticipate a ball coming into a player's feet and step in front of them, which Michael Carrick done very well. Do you know what I'm saying? So the way he won the ball and the way Roy Keane won the ball was just different. I don't know what the success rates were in tackles, but I'm pretty sure that Roy Keane probably gave away more fouls. Do you know what I'm saying? So it depends on what you like. But then when it comes to passing the ball, Roy Keane wasn't in Michael Carrick's league, bro. With either foot, Michael Carrick could drop the ball to your feet on a dime, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So Roy Keane won the treble and done all loads of things, and there's a lot of nostalgia attached to him because he was the captain and all these other things, and just what he stood for. His battle with Vieira and stuff like that. That's nostalgia, innit? Like, I'm not talking about nostalgia. I'm talking about technically, yeah, protecting my back four, screening my back four, and starting attacks and everything like that. Who am I picking in a team that plays the football I want to play? I'm picking Michael Carrick, because for me, he was a more complete and better footballer. Just all-round game. Like, not the physical aspect. I'm talking about the technical aspect. That's what I'm talking about. Do you know what I mean? It's all right for people to respectfully disagree. Do you know what I mean? Because everyone sees football through the lens that they like it to be played. And that's okay, innit? But when it gets disrespectful and people are saying, oh, what? You're saying Carrick's better than Keane. You're XYZ, whatever. We got loads of these football Nazis everywhere in our fan base and everywhere else, where if you don't agree with what they say, or they say something you don't agree with, all of a sudden they want to F them blind and they want to try and discredit you because you have a different opinion to them. Them man are dickheads. That's what they are. I'm giving my opinion and I'm giving you my reasons why. Same with Paul Scholes. Paul Scholes and Michael Carrick. When Paul Scholes came on the scene, he was a striker, then he dropped back. Then he dropped back again as he lost his legs. When he played in the withdrawn role, when man say, oh yeah, the Scholes thing, he had Michael Carrick next to him doing a lot of his running in that 08 season. So Michael Carrick was the mobile one, breaking up the play, winning the ball. He would give it to Scholes, and then Scholes would put it on a dime to people. Paul Scholes' passing was different gear, bruv. But overall game in that deep lying position, I think Michael Carrick was better than him. And the reason why I say that is because Michael Carrick could tackle, Paul Scholes couldn't tackle. Everyone knew that, notoriously. In tight spaces, yeah, Paul Scholes was better. But that makes sense because Paul Scholes was like 5'6" or something like that. Michael Carrick is 6 foot plus. So Scholes had more of the agility, fleet of footness, cool. Both feet passing, Michael Carrick wins. In the air, Michael Carrick, 6 foot shithouse, wins again. Reading the game and stepping in and intercepting, Michael Carrick wins again. Shooting, Paul Scholes wins. But Michael Carrick had more things to his game in that position. But again, because man loved Paul Scholes, because the nostalgia of the goals he scored when he played in a different position, man are saying no, because Scholes scored all these goals and done this, so Carrick wasn't better than him in this role. Bullshit, bruv. Do you see what I'm saying? So as I said, with football, context is everything. In that deep lying role, Michael Carrick is the best deep lying playmaker that man have had in my lifetime at the club. That's it. Do you know what I'm saying? In my opinion. If man think that Scholes can pass better than Michael Carrick with both feet from there, tackle better than him, header better than him and do all that, cool. Show me the proof of that. Same with Roy Keane. If you think that Roy Keane can pass better than Michael Carrick, show me the proof of that. If you think Roy Keane could shoot better than Michael Carrick, show me the proof of that. Do you know what I mean? That's it. Like, bruv, if you can show man the proof, cool. That's what we're on. So that's where that conversation came from. So for me, better all-round footballer was Michael Carrick. Better athlete, more aggressive, more influential, Roy Keane, without a doubt. Roy Keane's influence was massive. But Michael Carrick had a quiet influence on that team. Because there's no coincidence that we signed Michael Carrick, then we won the Champions League straight away. Do you know what I mean? So people's influences are measured differently depending on who they are sometimes. Roy Keane's personality is the reason why his influence is measured like that. If Michael Carrick was more aggressive, more outspoken and stuff like that, maybe they would put more respect on Michael's name. I don't know. But for me, in that role, he's the best I've seen at the club. Let me know in the comment section. And if you disagree with the Carrick thing, which you're more than allowed to, give your reasons, innit, bruv. I'm always up for healthy football debates, yeah, if you got a reason. If it's just because, yeah, but look what he won, piss off. Man don't want to hear that, innit? Because anyone can win something in a good team. It's not tennis, blood. Let me know, guys. And that was your Rants Red Talk. Big up everyone that's been requesting the show. I ain't forgotten, innit? So we're going to be back on regular scheduling going forward this week, innit? Man ain't going to let the Rona deactivate the thing. You get me? So make sure you hit me up on the socials. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, all of that. And then for gaming and that, if you're into games, hit me up on the Twitch, bruv. It's Rants and Bants official. Big up you, man. Also, I got a new podcast coming with Wills, Andrew Wills. He was in Rebel FC. Some of you lot will know him, some of you won't. Look out for that, bro. Like, we just recorded the first one. It's a sport podcast. It's not just about football. So we speak about basketball, like loads of other different things, man. So first episode, we're talking about some of the stuff that happened in The Last Dance, the new Michael Jordan documentary, and also there is football content. We're talking about best player of the season, manager of the season, loads of different things. So check that out and big up yourselves.